Welcome to NHL Hockey News Report. Today we have a special video, and the video is about contenders, bubble, and rebuild teams, and 3 sections for the 2018-19 season predictions. So here we go. We're going to start from rebuild to contenders. To bring that suspension to your, so you can watch the whole video, right? Here we go. Team rebuild. So a couple, you know what, I'm actually changing one right now. No, I'm actually going to keep it right now. Never mind. Alright. Coyotes, Blackhawks, Stars, Red Wings, Canadiens, Islanders, Rangers, Senators, and Canucks are my rebuilding teams for the 2018-19 season. Actually, never mind, I'm changing this one. Coyotes, actually, I was going to change it before, but I forgot. Coyotes are on the bubble for me. Not saying they would make it, but I'm just saying on the bubble they have a chance to do it. Now here we go. Chicago, Dallas, Red Wings, Canadiens, Islanders, Rangers, Senators, and Canucks. There we go. Alright, let's look at it. So, why are those my rebuilding teams? Some of you might be like, Stars, really? I think so. Some of them you might be like, well, those are all rebuilding teams, right? So let's look at the Blackhawks. And the Blackhawks finished all the way 25th place, and that's why with 33 wins and 39 losses and 10 overtime losses for 76 points. That is it for the whole season. You know, they were behind so many other teams. That's why I say that. Now the next one is the Dallas Stars, and the Dallas Stars were 19th place. They could be moved to the bubble as far as next year or the next year after, but I still need to see some improvement by them. With 42 wins and 32 losses on 92 points, but they were just not good enough. They was in the playoffs in the wild card spot, but then they lost the wild card spot. We all knew that, right? To LA and Colorado and those teams. We all knew that. So, they were able to, but they just didn't have enough strength to finish up the season. Next is the Red Wings. And the Red Wings finished all the way to 27th place. Alright, with 30 wins, 39 losses, 13 overtime losses, and 73 points. That's a little disheartening, you know what I mean? That's very disheartening to hear. I'd like to see more. We'll see. Alright, next we have is the Canadiens, my favorite team. 29 wins, 40 losses, 13 overtime losses, and 71 points. My oh my, that's horrible. I'd like to see a bounce back, so they're going to have a little bounce back I would like to see from Price, but they're still a rebuilding team for me for the next 3 years. 2 to 3 years, I'm going to say. Alright, the Islanders are next. They're very close, but I'm still saying they'll rebuild team. They still don't have what they need. They went down with losing John Tavares. I know they have Barzal, I know they have Walsh, and I know they have Noah Dobson now. I know they got those guys, but I just don't see it with the goaltending. Leno, he was the last place last year. Seriously? No, I just don't see it. Of course, Lou Lamoriello is still working with the team. It's only his first year. Like, come on. But, you know, still rebuilding team, I say. Next is the Rangers, getting rid of everyone. I don't know why they're trying to get rid of Kevin Hayes, but that's another whole story there. But, you know, they're still rebuilding, and they said they're rebuilding, so that's where they go, and that's how we see them. So that's how they are. Alright, next is the Senators, and they're another one who said real rebuilding, and we see it, and we know that. After that whole Duchesne trade with Tillis. We all know that. 28 wins by Ottawa. 43 losses, 11 overtime losses, and 67 points. Wow, that hurts, doesn't it? Ever. You know, that is horrible. They were good, but then they lost Tillis, and they went downhill quickly. Alright, next we have is Vancouver Canucks. We have at 26th place, 31 wins, 40 losses, 11 overtime losses. So I would say that they will be still in the team rebuild. I'm looking at this to project for next year, 17-18 season. So, you know, I still see them. They're tied with the Red Wings for points, but hey, I still see them down there still. Maybe in 20th. Maybe on 22nd, maybe I say, but not 26th. Alright, next we have is the bubble teams. Now everyone's like, oh, the Ducks are gonna lose. They're never gonna. I don't know. There's still that team for them. You know what I mean? I still see it in them. At 9th place this past year, 44 wins, 25 losses, 13 overtime losses, 101 points. So, 101 points. Alright, so I still see him as a bubble team. I do not see him as the rebuild team yet. Unless they lose the playoffs and you see them falling apart. Then I will call them a rebuild team. But they're still a bubble team. I still call them. Most don't think that probably, but I think so. Now, next is the Sabres, and you're probably like, they're still a rebuilding team. I see so many improvements. They got Jeff Skinner. They got Casey Millsap. Of course, they drafted him, but now they have him. Rasmus Dahlin. They have Eichel. They, of course, he wasn't an addition, but I'm just naming them off. Carl Hutton. Brand new. You know, they got all these new guys. You know, it's great to have them now for them, so it's going to be tough in the Atlantic Division, isn't it? And that's why I have them as a bubble team. I feel like they can make it. Alright, next is the Calgary Flames. And of course, they lost just like the Dallas Stars. They ran out of fuel. That's what basically happened. The Flames lost Smith, got hurt. You know, that all happened. But, 37 wins, 35 losses, 10 overtime losses, 84 points, just short, 20th place. Went under Dallas, you know, too bad. They had it, and they've made a bunch of different things. If they did not change the team, where I thought they would, they did not change different players around, they kept it basically the same. If I thought if that happened, then I would have them in the rebuilding stage. But all that things with Neil and, you know, they got Neil, they got Luno, they got Hannafin now. But that's what I see, you know what I mean? So that's why I put them in the bubble. Now next we have is the Colorado Avalanche of 43 wins, 30 losses, 95 points. But great year they had. I like to see McKinnon, you know, Rantanen, all those players. They're going to do great. That's why I keep them in the bubble. Not contender yet. Maybe another year. I like to see 1 or 2 more years. Then I'll see a contender. If they make the right moves, I would say. Next is the Blue Jackets. And the Columbus Blue Jackets, 45 wins, 30 losses, 7 overtime wins, and 79 points, tied with the Devils for points. The whole Panarin trade, that's how the whole thing goes. You know, Bobrovsky or Panarin. Which one? You know what I mean? I just feel like the Blue Jackets, they're going to go to a rebuilding stage, I feel like, one day, but 16 and 17 season, they were contenders for me. Now they're a bubble team. Now, I don't know what I'll see from them, but I still feel like they're still a bubble team. They're still going to do it. Now, the Oilers moved from a reset team for me to a bubble team this year. So, I see from him, Connor McDavid being better, Ty Ratty, Juicy Pariavi, Draisaitl, Cam Talbot being better this year. Seeing all that stuff will make me think they're a bubble team. Not contenders just yet. And, of course, we all thought contenders the other year. We all thought 17, 18 season, they're going to be winning the Stanley Cup. Not so fast, right? So next is the Florida Panthers, 16th place they went in, and they lost by like a couple points. That was it. 96 points, 44 wins, 30 losses, 8 overtime wins, and 96 points. You know, very close, but there's gonna be a bubble team to a contender if they keep doing what they are doing, since they have not made the playoffs. And next is the Minnesota Wild. I would actually see them go to a rebuilding stage if they do pass the first round. I still have a bubble team, 45 wins, 26 losses, 11 overtime losses, 101 points. So I like to see more. Eric great year here, you know, even if his old age. Mikko Rantanen, you know, not Rantanen, what am I thinking? Granlund, you know, Zucker, you know, those guys, they gotta be good for them. Alright, next we have is the New Jersey Devils, and I still see them as a bubble team to a rebuild again, because they still need to rebuild just a little. I feel like, or I just feel like if the young players bump it up even more of a notch, I feel like they're still a bubble team. Not contender, a bubble team. For 44 wins, 29 losses, 9 overtime losses, 96 points. I think they're still going to be very good, but we'll see. Now, the next one, you're probably so surprised. You probably looked at it and you're like, is this person out of their mind or what? I am not, but here it is. I like how I know that. Alright, here we go. The Capitals. Now, Capitals, 49 wins, 26 losses, 7 overtime losses, 105 points. They just won the Stanley Cup, but I put them as a bubble team because I feel like they lost some of the depth. Still. You know what I mean? I feel like they're not contenders still, but I still they could be. Alright. So next is the Coyotes. I feel like the bubble because they made enough changes now. 29 wins, 41 losses, 12 overtime losses, and 70 points. They had a great stretch at the end of the year. Very good stretch. So that's why I say that. Alright, next we have is actually the contenders. Now, I have the Bruins at a contender. 50 wins, 20 losses, 12 overtime losses, 112 points. This is probably Charles last year, so he's going to make the best of it, make it the best. McAvoy, Mac Grzelcyk, I might not all know him, but he's pretty good. Rask, Halak, we'll see how good as a backup he is. Saying about, Bergeron and Pasternak and Krejci, and I don't know much about Krejci, but DeBrusque and that, you know what I mean? I just feel like they still can be a contender. Without Nash, not as much, but I still feel like the contender with that young group. Next is the LA Kings, and that makes me think of Kovalchuk. That will put it over the top to the contender. They could have been a bubble, now I feel like they're a contender. With Kopitar, Carter, Kovalchuk, Toffoli, Martinez, Doughty, Quick. Those guys that make me think that. With 45 wins, 29 losses, 8 overtime losses, 96 points. Very good from them. Now, the next is the Predators, and I still say they are they're still a contender. With 53 wins, 18 losses, 11 overtime losses, 117 points for winning, being first place in the league. They won that trophy there, nice job. The Campbell prize right there. Very good from them. Very, very good. I would say nothing but the best. And I don't know what to say anything else. They're just so good. See how they do next year. I still say they are a contender. They're still competing. They still have it. The next year, I think, kind of surprised, but I think it's pretty good. The Flyers. They got both on that left wing with James and Vinstead coming back to the Flyers after being in Toronto and drafted by the Flyers. But, coming back, they're going to both them up. They have Travis Konechny. Awesome. Nolan Patrick's going to be in better shape. Better. So much better. I like him a lot. Couturier. Drill. Wayne Simmons. Voracek. You got those guys. I know about Brian Elliott, you don't know, but you got Carter Hart coming up. Sorry about that noise there, but that's what I feel like. The Penguins are still a contender team, I feel like. With 47 wins, 29 losses, 6 overtime losses for 100 points. I still in 10th place. I thought they did very well. I still think they're a contender. Of course, I lost in the second round to Capitals, of course. But I still feel like they're still a contender. Unless they don't make the playoffs, or they're still shaky, then they make a little bubble. But hey, I still feel like they're contender at this point with all the moves they have done. Next is the Sharks. I still feel like they're a contender. They got Evander Kane. They got those guys. They have Donskoy. They have Joel Thornton, Jumbo Thornton. They have Pavel Pavelski. They got Logan Couture. They got those guys that can help them out. Now next is the Blues. So I'm going from a non-playoff team to all the way to a contender. Getting O'Reilly, getting, just naming all those guys off, man. Vlasiak, all these guys, Fab, we got Thomas now, Coy, Jordan Kyrou, great, right? The Lightning, definitely a playoff time with, Point, Stamkos, Kucherov, Hedman, Sergachev, Vasilevsky. I can keep on naming them off, you know what I mean? But with 54 wins, 23 losses, 5 overtime losses, and 113 points, they were going to be number 1 in the league, but they lost a little. But I feel like they're still a contender. The Maple Leafs is another thing that we all think. Contender, right? 7th place with 49 wins, 26 losses, 7 overtime losses, and 105 points. Very, very good. I see they still are contender. I feel like they'll go 7th to like 4th. They are going to be that good next year. You know, I'm a Montreal fan. Alright, next is the Vegas Golden Knights with 51 wins, 24 losses, 7 overtime losses for 109 points. The best. I still feel like they have it. And they even improved even more with Paul Stastny bringing down that center depth. Of course, they lost Neil and Perron. I know that was pretty bad, of course, Perron. But, you know, what are you going to do? You got Stastny, hockey IQ, very good. You got Tuck, bring him up to the second line. You know what I mean? You got Holler, you know what I mean? Great by them. And the next is the Jets. Duh. They're still a contender, right? Still losing Paul Stastny there. Of course, now they got Vozovic, right? A great young talent. And people say they're going to win the Stanley Cup, just like they said with the Predators. No, just so I still think they could make a good job, but not win the Stanley Cup. That's what I think. But I'll do another video on that pretty soon. But this is everything about contenders, bubble team, and rebuild teams. And let me know in the comments below what you think, if I should change any of these, what you think. But we'll see by the end of the year if I'm right or not. Alright, this is NHL Hockey News Report. It's 2018-19 predictions of contenders, bubble, and team rebuild. Thumb that up, share, like, subscribe, do anything you like, and see you later.